God, this place looked a lot better. This is not Chuck E. Cheese. Oh my God. Is there a tree growing? Okay. Oh, wow, I actually nailed these for my dream. Holy shit, I thought I made these up. Why are you not torn? Wow, I nailed these. My subconscious is crazy. Alright, that one's pretty good for vandalization. Not immediately. Oh, that seems inconvenient. Oh, that's upsetting. Alright, that's cool. Wow, they just took all of the fucking computers, which, I mean, fair. What do I want to? Oh my God, you actually were here. What are you gonna do, run past me?
How did you find me?
Where else were you gonna go? Went to the factory. You weren't there, had a whole issue there, but that's... This was the only other place I could think of you going that it wasn't aimlessly wandering around the woods, or didn't see you walking around town. Where were you gonna go, McDonald's?
If you've come to scold me even more about the past, just don't.
Honestly, don't know what I've come to do. I wasn't gonna come look for you. So, Blank and unironically Candy kind of pushed me to look for you.
I see.
I think I'm more so just why. You could have been honest from the beginning, or had just... I don't know. But you chose to go with fake alias for the entire thing. You got me to care about you, even a little bit. We weren't close, we weren't friends, but I was concerned. I wanted to try and make it a good experience for you. To help. When I just ended up helping someone that didn't deserve it. To be honest, I don't know what I came here for. Part of me didn't expect to actually find you, but my options were limited.
Okay. It's just out of all the people to buy this place back, it had to be you. I didn't expect to see you ever again. But I guess the apple doesn't fall far from the tree.
To be honest, never really considered it. It was never my thought process that I was going to reopen Candies. Had Valerie never sent me the rights, I wouldn't have. Never would have crossed my mind. I probably would.
Fucking Valerie, of course.
Yeah, even not in my life, still causing issues. But had she not sent it to me, I probably would have been either still doing salvage runs with Philip, which we probably would have ended up at the factory at some point, or I would have stayed as just a waiter or a bartender and would have been fine with that. But she gave me the rights, and I thought this could be something nice that would maybe bring closure. And it was okay. Saw the... well, I guess you fully. Then my subconscious couldn't let that go. thought bringing you to Candy's to keep an eye on you would make me feel better, and then we had everything. I'm sure you're aware. I'm sure you've thought about it. I don't know how long you have been possessing him. I know. Sorry, go ahead.
It's been a long time.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
I know from a certain... The older I got, the more I looked into you and everything as a whole. I understand that you took your life in prison, and to be fair, part of me is to blame for that, and I guess I couldn't mentally let that go. So I guess in turn, it is my fault that you're here like this. So...
Let's be honest.
Mm-hmm.
Huh?
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, I spent a good portion of time blaming you for what happened. Because maybe if you weren't in there, things would have been different.
I spent so long blaming myself that I blame myself, I blamed other factors that had nothing to do with it. Maybe if Valerie had been a better parent and I didn't spend almost every day here, maybe it wouldn't have happened. Maybe had she taken me somewhere, done something with me, been a mother, I maybe would have been better. Maybe if I didn't play hide and seek with Marcus or Matthew, or I don't even remember who it was anymore. That was just so much. Had I not done, maybe it would have been different. Maybe if he hadn't have shown up to work drunk, maybe things would have been different. There's so many variables that I blamed everybody else or blamed myself for, when ultimately it was your fault. Small factors, if you want to lean into that, then you can blame Valerie, you could blame myself, you could blame Marcus, you could blame Matthew. Fuck, no. You could even blame Blank or Taffy.
Dylan, I know it's my... Like I said, for a good chunk of the time I was alone, I blamed you for my mistakes. Yes, I wish things played out. I wish something else was here that could have changed the events, but it's too late. And with all the time, me wishing I could take things back, there was no point. What's done is done, and I cannot change that. Have you ever had something in life that you wanted to hold on to for as long as you could? Even if it meant doing things that you didn't do?
Yeah.
Was this job? Growing up, I had absolutely fuck all nothing. And when Matthew gave me the opportunity to work here, jumped at it, I figured it could be the start of something great. Years it was. And then Marcus came into work drunk and everything happened.
Apparently, he had been consistently drunk. He was having issues with his wife, and that was his method. That was his method to feel better.
I know.
But
it was the worst of it this time. Pushed too hard. And then Matthew came in. Said we should be honest, that what happened was an accident.
He's right.
to call the cops. I don't know what came over me. I just couldn't stand the thought of losing everything. I didn't want to go back to having... I was happy here for so many years. I didn't want it to strip away. And in that moment, I felt like I had no other choice. And after it was done, it was too fucking late. If I could have just thought of something different, if I could have just calmed myself down and maybe think of something else, maybe I could have listened to Matthew. But all I cared about was I wanted a reputation. I wanted happiness. And in that moment, everything just went dark. And it destroyed me from the inside. You think I wanted to lay hands on my best friend? But I did. I fucking did. And you know where that got me? In prison. And then here. All because I was fucking selfish. I know you see me as some kind of monster. I get that. There's no reversing what happened. But it shouldn't define me as a person. I'm not bad. Even what I did was considered really bad. I'm sorry, okay? I really am sorry. You have no idea how long I've been wanting to say that to you. To say that to Valerie. To say that to everybody else who was affected. I am sorry. I'm so fucking sorry. Everything is just such a fucking mess now. And that's the reason why I never wanted you to find out. Because you were the last thing. You're the last part of someone I used to know. And maybe, if I didn't tell you who I was, I could have that same experience back. I could get those same feelings of when I started working here in the first place. Not as Vincent, but as this.
Okay. I am not in a mental space to make that decision. So, let's go. I'm not making that decision by myself. If you are truly sorry, whether that is you acting or you are truly sorry, if you want...
Enough with the fucking acting. I'm being serious, okay?
Then if you are, let's find out. Let's go. I'm not making the decision by myself. We're gonna see.